How long could have patched? I'm your host, Paul James, and choking on his beer is Matto Phillips. How are you, mate?
Super duper.
Survived
As
it,
always.
okay? No panic with
Yes,
that beer.
no drowning whatsoever.
Good. We'd hate for that to happen on live on camera, because I just have to push through for the show.
Just me on the ground while you just talk about
Call of Duty.
whatever.
We're talking Call of Duty. That was I really shouted that out, and that wasn't meant to be like stifling your conversation.
Just getting people's attention. Just Call of Duty.
Call of Duty.
What
That
about
could
it?
also switch a lot of people off because we're over that shit. But
Yeah. Oh, not unless you're a casual gamer, then Call of Duty's all for you.
at which point you're not watching or listening to this show. So hi to those lonely people.
That one viewer. Hi, Jamie.
Jamie doesn't play Call of Duty. Jamie's got taste.
Oh, he's listening.
Oh, he's listening. Yeah.
Not
Hey,
unlike
Jamie.
those casual, unlike the casual COD people.
Dirty casuals.
They're gone.
So the reason we're talking about Call of Duty, and we've kind of got the title on for anyone who's not just kind of clicked the video or punched on, the podcast on and not actually looked at the heading, we're basically talking about how important actually is Call of Duty, because as a part of, I guess, the process that comes with Microsoft buying Activision, they've had to go through a whole bunch of different countries and kind of source comments from competitors. And while in most places that stuff's meant to be under lock and key, Brazil, apparently those rules don't apply. And so in Brazil, the PlayStation Brazil, I guess, had to comment, and I presume the comment was probably a copy-paste from all PlayStation regions. They just sent it to all of their people and just said, hey, when the question gets asked, if you get asked, this is how you respond. But they spoke about, I guess, their take. Ultimately, I guess it's how does this impact you as a competitor, that sort of thing, for the governing bodies and whatnot. And they let their thoughts, they put it out there, and then the world got its hands on it, thanks to Reset Error and people willing to translate it and all that sort of stuff. Have you checked out what they said?
No, but thank goodness for Google Translate. Otherwise, we would be in big trouble. No one would understand Portuguese.
Yeah, there's a few. But anyway, so the thing that's kind of, I guess, prompted a lot of the conversation even this week, and I guess even this episode, they referenced a 2019 study as a part of their comment. It was a larger comment than this, but
The old pre-COVID study.
Yeah, pre-COVID.
So it will be accurate. So we can say yes,
Exactly.
it will definitely be accurate. 2020 survey. Don't
Yeah,
worry about it.
no,
It doesn't
scrap
exist.
Scrap it. I guess
Don't
an
worry
interesting
about
thing
it.
to keep in mind, I guess it's a layer on this whole thing that maybe even keep in mind before I read the comment out here. Activision had 150 million engaged players previously, and in the last year they've shed more than 50 million of those.
I'm
And
pretty sure 50 million of those were cheaters.
I would say 50 million of those might be kind of Call of Duty people who've largely, I mean, there might be a few around some of the Blizzard stuff, but I reckon a large chunk of that's Call of Duty because their 2021 rendition with Vanguard, was that last year?
I think so. I think it was the last one. Or was it the other Black Ops? No, I reckon Vanguard.
Yeah, I think Vanguard might be right. Like, it didn't really set the world on fire. People were a little bit down on it. People considered Halo the best of all the shooters that year, and then Halo turned out to not be that great either. Outside of kind of the campaign is good, but there's a whole.
Well,
bunch of
let's
issues
be
there.
honest. It was a pretty a flat year for those shooters. We had Halo Infinite wasn't that good. Vanguard wasn't that good. Battlefield was horrible.
Yeah, and I'm sure there was others out there that we're not thinking of. Good year for shooting. But the comment, anyway, according to a part of the comment, I should say, according to a 2019 study, the importance of Call of Duty to entertainment in general is indescribable. Indescribable. That's how big they consider it. The brand was the only video game IP to break into the top 10 of all entertainment brands among fans, joining powerhouses such as Star Wars, Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, and Lord of the Rings. Sony said in an official statement.
Oh, the
Call of Duty is
Rings.
so popular that it influences users' choice of console, and its community of loyal users is entrenched enough that even if a competitor had the budget to develop a similar product, it would not be able to rival it. Which I maybe like a little backhander at EA there, because they keep trying to compete with Call of Duty with Battlefield, and it just
Yes,
keeps
it's called
getting
Battlefield, and
slapped down every
they
single time.
stuff it up every time.
Yeah, don't go to war with EA because
You'll
EA
win.
on your side because
You'll win easily.
or go to war. Yeah, if you're the competitor, take them on every time. You can't lose.
Take them on. There was like, oh, we got EA on our side. Like, oh, we got this in the bag.
Yeah. So I mean, that's kind of the primary comment that's come out of Sony. Interestingly, there was another comment that came out
Brazil.
of Microsoft.
Say Brazil. Sony,
Yeah.
Brazil.
Sony in Brazil, PlayStation in Brazil. There was another comment that I don't have it handy. Let me see if I can quickly scratch it out. But no, I can't see it. Oh, hang on. The one of the key quotes. Where are we? With respect to Activision Blizzard games, there is nothing unique about the video games developed and published by Activision Blizzard that is a must-have for rival PC and console video game distributors that could give rise to a foreclosure concern. That was from Microsoft.
That is a sick bird.
Like, I mean, you can obviously understand what they're trying to do. They're trying to downplay the importance of it so that it doesn't get, less likely to get flagged. But holy shit, surely there's got to be ways better than saying they don't do anything unique. They're nothing.
That's right. We own them. Suck on that.
Yeah, they're just.
That's pretty much what it says. Like in codes, like
world.
Up yours, we have it. Suck eggs.
Yeah. So kind of combining those two things has kind of led to then our conversation, which is kind of how important is Call of Duty anyway. Obviously, neither you or I necessarily jump into Call of Duty all the time. What's the last Call of Duty that you played?
Modern Warfare 2, back in 2009. So 13 years ago.
So for me, it was Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the reboot
the
one
new
in
one.
20. I'm gonna say 18. Something like that.
Yeah, let me just.
I was living in this house at the time, so I don't even know what that.
Yeah, I'd say
actually,
2019.
2020?
No, because I got the newer Xbox. Well, not the newer Xbox, the One X, whatever it is, and Call of Duty Modern Warfare came with that. I'm pretty sure that was about 2018. 2019? I'm going to say 2018.
Check. 2019, yeah, 2019 was Modern Warfare. So that was the last one I played. And I actually wholly intend to pick up Modern Warfare 2 this year as well. Because I really, really enjoyed my time with the campaign of Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, I probably won't be getting it day one because the campaign is obviously a bit of an afterthought, and I'm not so crazy about it that I want to spend $100 up front. Like, I'll wait until it's on sale at some point and pick it up. But like, I'm kind of picking and choosing when I jump into Call of Duty at the moment, and I think that's kind of okay. And I'm sure there's people that jump in and out for Black Ops, or jump in and out for, I don't know, whenever Sledgehammer does one, or whatever the case happens to be. So I can appreciate it a little bit, but yeah, I guess the both of us are coming at it, for context for everyone watching and listening, we are both coming at it as the most fair weather of Call of Duty players.
No.
Fair weather's probably not even.
No, we are what I would call, me and Paul are gamers. Most people that play COD, to me, are casual gamers. So they're your people that play probably either FIFA, Call of Duty, and Fortnite. Your triangle of games for a casual gamer right there.
Yeah, I could see
because anyone that's honestly a gamer will play. They'll know there's
they
like a whole
heap
heap
of Duty, but it's
they might
so
play
much
Call of
more than
Duty,
just Call
but
of
they
Duty.
also know that there's probably better first-person shooters out there that do it better.
Oh look, I'll give Activision and all three kind of developers / Raven / everyone else they drag in. Like, the quality of the first-person shooting is incredible. Like, it's top notch. It's right up there with what Bungie are probably the best of the best when it comes to the first-person shooter realm and how good it feels to actually play. Like, they're in that same sort of conversation every single year, to their credit. But yeah, I guess as the whole experience, yeah, I'd kind of agree with you there. They're not the best of the best. Like, they're fine.
No, they're good. They're not great. They're just on that good but not great. It's like the whole Bethesda catalog, good games, but not that great.
Moments of brilliance, but mostly it's just
Like, oh yeah, it has its moments, but overall you just go, would you play it again? Probably not.
And it kind of shows even in the. I mean, admittedly, I think part of it is the fact that they're churning a game out every single year. Yes, they've got kind of 2 or 3 year rotating cycles for the developers, but how much can you really improve a game when you're putting one out every single year?
Well, things are bad when you have to get a celebrity involved. That's when things aren't going well for a game.
Kevin Spacey,
the guy from Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I've gone blank on his name, but yeah.
Kit Harington.
That's the one. Very nicely done. Good pull.
Jon Snow. We shall call him Jon Snow.
Yeah, I mean, and I guess interesting that Game of Thrones was one of the franchises cited by Sony there, but yeah, I guess like the comments from Sony, I feel like are a bit hypocritical. Now, obviously, I think Call of Duty is the biggest gaming brand out there, and that's proven because it's in the top 10 where nothing else is. But you like at the same time, while Sony is, I mean, I guess the only thing they're losing is kind of marketing rights and exclusivity. So they'll lose some sales because people will jump across and pick it up on Xboxes. I'm sure as soon as Activision joins the fold, Call of Duty will be free via Game Pass. So that's certainly going to be great for them. It's going to cost Sony money because people aren't buying the game on PlayStation, so they miss out on their cut from the initial sale. They miss out on their cut from every microtransaction and DLC and all those. I can appreciate it, but at the same time, none of these franchises on their own are as big as Call of Duty, but they combine to be, and it's where PlayStation's doing its deals to lock down KOTOR, no matter what ultimately happens with that. Final Fantasy, they've got 16, they've got Forspoken, they've got 7 remake, and its sequel. Like they're locking down exclusives all over the place. They've got
There's
Spider-Man.
one key feature for those like first party games. They're all third person games.
Yeah, there's that.
That's sort of the problem they have, is that they don't have any first person perspective games, because that's sort of, unless you get Insomniac back on board to do a first person shooter, which they did back in the day.
Look, there's rumblings that Guerrilla, because they expanded and got a second team. There's
they did Killzone, of course.
Yeah, they did Killzone. There's rumblings that they might be working on either Killzone or SOCOM, potentially. And
the whole SOCOM's back.
I mean, it'd be kind of interesting. Like, I mean, considering they're looking to kick off, what was it, like 10 different live service games over the course of the next 2 or 3 years.
We did talk about this.
Yeah, we've spoken about that. I reckon like at least one of those has got to be a first-person shooter of some sort, competitive first-person shooter.
Well, you'd hope so. I mean, if it's SOCOM, just think about the technology these days with your speaking commands. Because back then you just had your little microphone, about 7 commands that you could do.
Now you can just straight up talk to people.
Yeah, now you can just do a whole AI listening thing and do whatever you want.
Yeah, there's a lot they could do with that. I mean, you've even got, and whilst I guess like people have tried to jump back and say, yeah, but they bought Bungie. The thing that kind of keep in mind is that Bungie was bought by Sony, they're actually not a part of the Sony PlayStation Studios brand.
But they're still doing it to all consoles. That's what they've pretty much made clear.
It sounds like when they put out Destiny 3, it'll come to everyone. Maybe if they do a new IP, that might be different. But if they do a Destiny 3 or like, well, I suppose that's the only kind of IP that they're known for these days because Halo's with Xbox.
So just rubbing salt in the wound for Activision then, if that's the case. Like, hey, we're releasing it on all consoles. How about you, Activision?
Well, I mean, the thing is, like, Phil Spencer's come out and said, and I guess this kind of continues with the whole how important is it, because Xbox came out and said, and I think it was probably to kind of offset potential concerns with regulators, was that, we're going to honour our contract anyway, they're still going to keep coming to PlayStation. So while Call of Duty's having a year off in 2023, which is crazy, like there's not going to be a brand new Call of Duty entry that year.
What people are going to do? What are those casual games going to do?
They can't just play Warzone. Let's keep in mind there's a new Warzone. Like we've got Modern Warfare 2, but also Warzone 2 comes out this November as well. So, and with that being your Battle Royale and your live service, that'll keep them going through 2023, no problems. But I guess like there's a whole mixture. Like I guess. Let's keep it simple because we've kind of rattled off a whole bunch of different factors in this whole thing. In your eyes, how important is Call of Duty in this battle between PlayStation and Xbox?
To me, not very. That's just me though. But like I said, I'm not a casual gamer. I've got other FPS games I can go play that, Doom. In my opinion, Doom, that are better.
Yeah.
Like Far Cry. I know that's sort of pushing it, but
I mean, it's still a first-person shooter.
Still a first-person shooter, but to me, I would prefer to play that over Call of Duty. But then if you go for like I'd say I'd rather play Call of Duty over Wolfenstein at this stage because I don't like Wolfenstein. Yeah. But in saying that, I wouldn't be jumping on.
The interesting thing there is both Doom and Wolfenstein are also going to be exclusive to Xbox in the future as well now.
Yes, but I think I would. Yeah, to me, I probably. If a new Call of Duty game came out, even if it was on sale, I probably wouldn't buy it.
That's
Even
fair.
though yes, it's coming to Xbox and Games Pass and all that stuff, but if it was still on both platforms and this and all that, and it wasn't on Games Pass and all that,
The way it's
I
always
still
been.
wouldn't buy
Yeah.
it. The only time I'd probably get it if I buy a new console and it comes with it. That's pretty much the only time I would buy a COD game.
Yeah, it's fair. But I guess more broadly, what do you think? Like, how important is Call of Duty? Is it really going to do a lot of damage for PlayStation? Even just if it's still coming to PlayStation, but obviously now a lot of people are going to be jumping across and probably playing it on Game Pass or whatever.
Well, I don't know. I've never really thought about it, but to me, when I'm starting to think about it, all the people I know that play Call of Duty are playing it on PlayStation. I don't know anyone playing Call of Duty on Xbox.
Yeah,
It all
PlayStation
seems to
really
be-
got themselves a good, like,
And then you
starting with the
also,
PS4.
yeah, and then you also look at the sales when they put out their weekly sales. Call of Duty is usually number 2 on the
Behind
sales
GTA.
list, behind GTA 5. As
Yeah.
always, there's no
There's no
because when I
stopping it.
reckon the last Call of Duty came out, it was in there for weeks. Like it wasn't just in there for a couple of weeks, then it just disappeared off the face of the earth. It sat there for a long time.
Yeah, Call of Duty doesn't move.
No,
It only moves when the next one comes out, really.
or something bigger, or like say Final Fantasy comes in, then sure it's going to get knocked off, but that's
it comes
pretty much
back.
only it.
But that's
Yeah,
the
then
thing,
it comes back.
Yeah. Where other games come and go, Call of Duty just hangs around, just exactly the same as what GTA does.
But the thing with GTA is it just doesn't move. It just stays in the number 1 position and just stays there.
Just
Every time.
digs its heels in.
Then occasionally
I'm not going
Spider-Man
anywhere.
just pops up and you're like, hey, Spider-Man's back, and then Spider-Man disappears.
Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of those games have legs, I suppose, and Call of Duty does as well. Call of Duty proves it. Yeah, your Spider-Mans kind of pop up and then they just hang around in the top 10 forever. Miles Morales and Spider-Man 2018 continue to just do that. They just linger around that top 10, even though they're not, I mean, they're several years old in both cases. I don't know, like, I think, like, how important is Call of Duty on its own? I mean, it's obviously going to, like, there will be some people, 100%, that will go, I can get this on Game Pass and every single year, never pay a cent to play Call of Duty ever again. Great. All right, I'm an Xbox person. See you, Sony. Because there are, those, as you said, the casuals out there that 100% would go that way. But on its own overall, I don't think it's a massive sort of thing, especially while PlayStation tries to offset it with their business deals with other companies and other brands, and they are like where Xbox hasn't done a very good job in kind of coaxing over big, like, again, we spoke about, it's Lord of the Rings, it's Star Wars, it's Game of Thrones, like, it's Marvel, and PlayStation is going Star Wars, tick, Marvel, tick, they're locking down these games which kind of offset that, and then obviously within the gaming space, Final Fantasy, tick, they are doing these sort of deals to offset it. I think how important is it? Not big enough, because Sony is able to offset it. But what does it mean for the overall?
In Brazil, maybe bigger than we think.
Well, yeah, it could be, but I'd imagine that's probably a global message that theirs is just allowed to be public over there, and so it is. I think it's the overall, and you touched on it when you spoke about Doom and Wolfenstein, is that now, like, I mean, the FPS is still the biggest genre in the world. Every single year, that doesn't change. Like, and Call of Duty obviously drives most of that, but now on the Xbox side, you're now speaking to almost every sort of first-person shooter fan. You're going to have something for them. You're Call of Duty fan, like that kind of really fast, that modern sort of style is there. Your Doom, that's there. Your sci-fis with your Halos and all those sort of things, that's there. Like they're ticking every single one of those boxes for the biggest genre in the world. So all those people kind of, if you want a first-person shooter, you go across to Xbox, and if you're on Game Pass, you get all of those for free. If you're on Game Pass, it means that when Battlefield comes out, if you are a Battlefield fan, that's discounted because EA players kind of bundled in at a discounted rate. Ubisoft still works with them, so you're not going to miss out on anything like a Rainbow Six or any of those sort of things, and they're doing their deals to make sure those games come to Game Pass. So you've got everything.
And then also too, being that it is on Games Pass, you also got more first-person shooters coming out, being that it is Redfall, Stalker 2. They're coming out on Games Pass as well. So there's
next year.
Yeah, then the other people can go look at that and go, oh, I might give this a go because I have Games Pass. I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, and to go to your casual point, like, and you mentioned Stalker 2. Stalker 2 is exclusive to Xbox for 3 months. That's all it's going to be. But most people don't know that.
Oh, really?
Well, like that. I mean, did you know that?
No. I
Yeah,
just
like
saw it was on Games Pass, and that's all I cared about because I don't own a PlayStation. So that whole PlayStation thing did mean nothing to me.
Yeah, like that news has kind of been buried for the most part. But like the exclusivity, and the developers said it themselves, that exclusivity is for 3 months, and that's, I think, 3, 6. I'm pretty sure it was 3 though. 3 months, and then you like day and date. It'll probably, unless that kind of day and date kind of happens to translate to a weekend, like it'll pop up on PlayStation. That's it. Deal done. But most people won't know that, and so like most people go, "There's the game right now. There's no official word of a PlayStation version, so I guess I'm buying it on Xbox, or I'm getting an Xbox."
All those
getting
PlayStation fanboys will get angry. Go, oh, why does Xbox get it first? Why don't we?
And that's just a marketing deal.
You just say, go play your Call of Duty. Go play that. Off you go. Shoot.
Yeah.
Oh wait, you don't have it.
All it is a marketing deal. So like, yeah. But yeah, I think like the overall though, like it paints a very attractive picture if you're a first person shooter fan. And if you are a Call of Duty fan, you follow it across, you might discover all these other first person shooters, the Dooms, the Wolfensteins, all those sorts of things that you didn't want to play before because you were kind of in your Fortnite, Call of Duty and FIFA bubble, but now because you've got Game Pass and all this stuff's free, you just jump in and give it a go. So
all
like,
those 400 games, and also it being that your little FIFA thing as well, that will also comes with Games Pass when the time comes.
Yeah, those ones take a little while. They're not day and date Game Pass, but yeah, you're right. You're already paying for one less game anyway, so who cares?
There's like 3 games you don't have to pay for. Yeah. You don't have to pay. Well, Fortnite you don't have to pay for anyway. You don't have to
pay for Call of Duty.
Then you just have to wait.
On FIFA.
Or you can just be patient, wait a few months, and then FIFA comes along on Games Pass.
Yeah, it's it's an interesting sort of spot there. There's a lot of upside for Xbox out of this because they really do just become the first person shooter box, and really PlayStation gets Battlefield, anything Ubisoft does, and then do they try and punch back with your SOCOMs, your Killzones, your Resistances? But like none of them come close to the currently anyway. None of them come close to the scale of a Call of Duty. It's not to say they can't be better than Call of Duty. In fact, they probably will be. But
it's just going to be difficult to try and topple Call of Duty because it's been around for almost 20 years.
Exactly.
It's been around for a long time. You've got a massive fan base there compared to SOCOM, which no one's heard of for about 20 years.
Yeah, I think you're really relying on kind of the old heads kind of screaming and shouting about it, and for it to maybe be free via PlayStation Plus or something. Like it might need to be one of those day and date sort of, here it is, get out there, it's a free to play style game. That's probably the way that you make SOCOM big again, is not put any barriers up for people.
Yeah, well maybe you have to. That's probably might be the only way, because otherwise it could just bomb, and we know what Sony's like with their expectations. If it's not Final Fantasy, it's no good.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, you're right.
Like Days Gone. It's not as good as Final Fantasy Remake. Too bad. We're not going to make a sequel for that one.
No sequels for that.
No sequel for you. Order 18... Was it 86?
Yeah, 1886.
Yeah, no sequel for you either.
Look.
Not Final Fantasy.
Yeah, it's not Final Fantasy. Then again, Sony doesn't pay for that. Or maybe they will in the future with more and more of it. But that goes back to our episode last week. Go check our episode out last week where we were talking about the possibility of Sony buying Square Enix.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're kind of the same as me, but I guess my stance on its own, I guess, to the headline of our episode, no, they're not that important, but as one piece of a larger puzzle, they're a huge piece of the puzzle.
Jeez. Imagine how many angry people we're going to get in the comments if this is the case. It's just like that whole, I don't know, something else we were talking about and someone got angry. Cyberpunk, that's the one.
Patch the perks?
Not patch the perks. Or some dickhead talking about Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that guy
this
really
and that.
kept going at me.
He just would shut up. I was like, mate, just calm down, would you?
But
all I saw was the hashtag Cyberpunk and just jumped on board and say, it's sold more than The Witcher, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, The Witcher 3's better.
Yeah.
That's the thing. It still sells.
Who cares about sales?
Cyberpunk.
Let's focus on the quality of the game.
Cyberpunk probably doesn't sell bugger all now because of how it damaged itself from
Botched
the
it,
release.
Yeah, it was a great start for Cyberpunk. That guy also was just, for what it's worth, that guy was just more or less copying and pasting the same messages to everyone. When I checked through his tweet replies, it was just more or less the messages of. It clearly wasn't copy paste, but he just had like the same 3 ideas.
Anyone that says something bad about Cyberpunk is like, right, get on it. Go do his little Word document and just copy and paste his little
change a
tweets.
few words so it doesn't look like plagiarism. Off I go. Also, Twitter doesn't look like I'm spamming messages. Good job, champ.
Good job. We don't even know what your name is, to be honest. We don't really care.
Well, champ.
Chump.
Any other thoughts at all? I mean, where do you ultimately stand at the end? How important are they?
Well, like I said, I haven't played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2, and I'll probably still
not going
to change. Otherwise, if that was the case, I'd have to change my bio on the Player 2 website because the first thing it says is haven't played a Call of Duty game since Modern Warfare 2.
Oh, yeah, no, we can't change that. We can't
change that. So I can't go be playing Call of Duty games.
No. Now this conversation's over then, because on that note, well, it's a pretty definitive ending. We'll wrap things up there then. Yeah, we'll just cut it off. Like Matto's not playing, he doesn't care.
Just leave a cliffhanger at the end.
Can't change his player 2 bio, so that's it. Job done. So on that note, we'll wrap things up. If you enjoyed this episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons are down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes Patch, Player 2 plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. I was going to say more Player 2 plays because I had
Player 2 plays and more 2 plays.
Player 2 plays in the last few days. But anyway, visit the website player2.net.au for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series Patched, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. I'm going to shout out because you referenced Days Gone before. I don't think I may not have gone public with this at this point. John Garvin, the writer of Days Gone, is on Dev Diary this Thursday.
Oh wow!
So tune in on podcast services for that one. We're on Patreon.
Did you ask him what he got dragged on to after Days Gone?
He left.
Oh, so he could just absolutely
He didn't really rat on him. He wasn't hanging shit.
I didn't really rat on him.
He's kind of...
Maybe signed a contract saying, here's a big bag of money, don't say anything bad.
He's aired some dirty laundry in other places already. It was just there was no point in kind of double dipping on that because... Done it. So I got to focus more on his current stuff, which is Ashfall with also former guest Michael Mumbauer, but who was from the visual arts services group from PlayStation, the one that was like doing all the work on the Last of Us remake initially and the Uncharted remake initially before they all kind of got tossed off it. But anyway, and like their game is contentious because it includes potentially Web3 NFT style stuff.
Oh no!
Which as it
don't
turns
they
out,
know that NFTs are no longer the cool thing to do anymore?
Thankfully, it's not. I mean, I'll leave. John's not probably the best person to talk about it anyway. It's really Michael, who I've spoken to kind of behind the scenes since. It's kind of outlined a lot of stuff, and I'm not actually as opposed to it in the way that they're proposing that they're going to do things. But yeah, because NFTs overall, it's a mess, and no one cares, and people are dropping off. But I think the way they're looking to do it,
you want to know how bad it is? Just go Google the whole first Twitter NFT and how well that's sold after idiot purchased it for like $3 million and got like a bag of chips for it.
Sucks shit. But yeah, we had a little conversation about that, but not the big one. Maybe I'll have to get Michael back on the show at some point to talk through some of that sort of thing, but that's for another time anyway. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au, kicking a few bucks, lower tiers early access, high tiers monthly episode exclusives, and finally Twitter. Matto
_Phil.
Paul James Games and me. The website is player2au, and until next week, I don't know, go play Call of Duty, don't play Call of Duty, do what you like.
Go find another first-person shooter to replace Call of Duty.
Go play Doom.
Yeah.
Your life will be better.
You actually can play Doom on your PlayStation.
On everything for now.
On your PlayStation, whatever it's called, subscription.
Yeah.
If you got it. If not, just go be the cat.
Yeah, go play Stray. It'll be good fun. And wait for a Killzone and Resistance game in the future. Good luck. See ya.